Popular video requests, books. What books do I like? What books do I suggest to people? What books inspired me, right? All right, that's going to be a popular request. Obviously, in one of my videos, you saw my bookcase. And I wanted to share with you some of my books that I've collected over time. And I really value books because, especially physically, I want the physical copy of the book. And I really value that because the physical copy allows you to hold it, touch it, right? You know, you can't get it digitally, or you can get an audiobook, which are not bad, but I want to physically hold the book and at least get the original, as far as I know, which would be original copy of the book before they start burning the books or manipulating the books or changing some form of the context of the book if you own it digitally. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to share about 6 books that I think are important to me. They may not be important to you though. And here's my philosophy about books. My philosophy about books is don't get too caught up too much into reading too many books to try to form your philosophy. Try to use some experience, right? You get a book, you try to apply as much as you can from the book, take what you can from the book, and maybe try to apply a couple of principles to your life. Do it repeatedly until you figure out that you're able to apply those things to your life, or if they work or not. Then you go to the next book. So let's take a look at my bookcase. I used to joke that if I walked into a woman's house and she had no books, her value plummeted. Okay, she had no physical books, her value plummeted. And that's because I value books and reading. And then also you got to look at the type of books that a person has. That's going to tell you what their mindset is. For instance, if you're talking about a woman and she has a lot of fantasy books, well, like romance books, that's going to tell you a lot about her and what her mind frame is. And particularly, I don't value those type of books. I think if you read them for entertainment, that's one thing. But sometimes they're reading them because they're lonely or they want to apply some of those things to relationships, and that's going to be misguiding, right? She's going to be misguided or miseducated about what things really are. So anyway, let's take a look at the bookcase and show you what I have. I'll call out a few things and then I'll show you the 4 or 5 books, maybe 6 books that I like. Check this out. All right, I had to flip the camera. So this is my bookcase. I have it open here. And as you see, there's some pictures of me up there at some sporting event games and all of that stuff. There's a globe in there. That was a gift from a good friend of mine for my birthday. And oh, there's this wonderful book. This book right here by, what's its name? That guy. All right. You got to get this book, The Free Agent Lifestyle. That's going to change your life up there. And then get The Evolution while you're at it too. Oh, there goes the picture frame. Anyway, unedited. All right, so up here are the large hard copy books with the dust leaves on them. And here's just a version of some of those books. This is a great book, by the way, the Bill Walsh, Finding the Winning Edge. If you are in sports or coaching or management, I don't care if it's sports related, that book right there is a great tool to get you organized. It's to get you organized. All right. Doesn't matter what my philosophy is. I have many books on wealth building, saving, and I don't care who the person is. There's a little bit to learn from everybody. Okay. A lot of coaching books on here. And I read, because obviously I was a college basketball coach, John Calipari. That was a good book when he was at UMass. Bill Clinton. I didn't read this whole thing. There's no way. Che Guevara book. I've read portions of it, not all of it, but a lot of coaching books. Dean Smith, Mike Shanahan, Rick Pitino. Then you get into the motivational type books, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, because I was a leader, right? 10X Rule, 48 Laws of Power. Okay, those are the type of books you have here. The Holy Bible and all that stuff. Art of War, and then some modern things like Candace Owens and all of that stuff. Then down here, this is He-Man and Masters of the Universe, Masters of the Universe, MOTU. Very much part of my childhood, and I collect those for collectible items and all of that stuff. You see that right there, Marvel year by year for the comic books. And DC, I just bought those. I'm not really into Marvel and DC, to tell you the truth. I mean, not comic book collecting, but I'm starting to. And I said, let me get the encyclopedia related to those. And down here are some books, small, soft cover books And anyway, there you see those right there. Malcolm X, Think and Grow Rich, and all that. Down here, we have the other books right here, taller versions of the books. And you have some coaching books down here. And Dave Ramsey, Millionaire Next Door, 5 Love Languages, Complete Guide of Public Speaking. Very, very important book for me. Team building and all that stuff. JFK assassination, message to the black man, and all that stuff. Down here are more of the red pill books that you would find being advertised by your favorite red pill content creators. Haven't read all of those. Then I got books that I have from my degree. Sports psychology, sports management, and then some more Masters of the Universe down there. And photography books, back when I was doing Model Mayhem photography, and there's some books on Photoshop and photography. So that makes up, let's see here, turn it around. There it is. That makes up most of my book collection right there. And now I'm going to share with you some of my favorite books. Turn it around. All right, so here we got Success is a Choice. All right, not slavery, but success. So for me, love Rick Pitino, one of my favorite basketball coaches. Read all of his books, and this one is Success is a Choice. So these are the 10 steps to overachieving in business and life. And I like his passion. I like what drives him. He wasn't too good at the Boston Celtics, and Larry Bird's not walking through that door. Neither is Kevin McHale, all right? You got that one. This one, in terms of where I am now in my life, this one changed my life, okay? So this is Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. This one got me doing YouTube videos, all right? If without this book, there's no YouTube, there's no CGA, okay? So I got to like chapter 3 and 4, and I was like, I'm on it. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna crush it. So it's a book about really social media, building an entrepreneurship and an empire and influence, being an influencer. This book, damn, changed my life, okay? The Manipulated Man by Esther Vilar, okay? If you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through trying to figure out why men stand in a certain position in life, in our culture, this book right here. Okay, you got to get that book. It's a quick read. And men don't read books. You know, men don't read that many books, so that's kind of a negative right there. This book right here is my mindset that got me to the entrepreneur mindset. Okay, right here, The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, he has the famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So if you know that book, this is this author. And sorry, I just messed up the thing here, but it's all right. This is unedited. All right, so anyway, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is his book, the famous book. But this one right here is going to get you in the mindset of understanding how to go from employee to business owner to self-employed, or self-employed business owner to investor. You don't have to follow EBS to I or ESB to I. But if you want to get to financial freedom, this is a great book. And one thing I want to tell you, you don't have to believe everything in the book. You don't have to believe the author. You don't have to believe who he is as a person. And this is why people fail in books. Oh, I ain't going to read that book because this person is this and this person did that. That's dumb. That doesn't mean they don't have valuable information in this book just because they had something personally you didn't like. I can agree with something and I completely disagree with who the person is, okay? Do not read books believing you got to like the person, okay? The person can provide something of value to you. The next book, in just a philosophical manner, is Lies My History Teacher Told Me, or Lies My Teacher Told You. And it's mostly about history. So this is a great book for you to read if you want to know how you've been manipulated by the public school indoctrination camp of learning what is about history and what isn't. And then the last one is Burlesque. The reason why is because it taught me that I can write my own book if this man could. Okay, now, let me turn it around. With that being said, do your own due diligence about the books that you read. And if you will, in the comment section below, tell us what books you like to read yourself. All right, man, I'm signing out. Appreciate y'all for being here. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.